Welcome to Ned Talks. My name's Kevin Goss, and I have the privilege of serving in the Northeast District at Chi United Church. And I'm doing a series of recordings under the category of church revitalization. Barb and I have had the privilege of walking with three different churches in the revitalization process over the last 30 years, and we've learned some lessons from successes and from failures that have really helped us find some things that we find work a whole lot more often than they don't, and we just want to share some things with you and see if we can get thinking about it together. Today, I want to spend just a moment or two about how to approach difficult conversations. I find when you got to have a hard conversation, there tends to be two extremes. One, because it's uncomfortable or it's somebody that maybe we love and it's a hard thing to say or whatever it is, it's a conversation we're avoiding. When we're avoiding a conversation, those tend to be the ones we need to lean into, because often the longer you wait, the worse it gets. But on the other hand, there are sometimes we can get cranked up or we can be really intense about something, and we're probably too excited about having that conversation. And we actually need to take a step back and slow down, because intensity or harshness or anger could come across rather than a productive dialogue. So when you have to have a difficult conversation, ask yourself, am I avoiding a conversation I need to nudge myself to have? Or am I charging into a conversation I need to take a step back and pause and gather myself with God and others before I speak about this? As part of that, what this does is allows us to be the adult in the room, right? The ones who mentally, emotionally, and spiritually keep their wits about them. Yes, with the Holy Spirit's help, but there are times other people will struggle, and we have to be the ones who stay contained within ourselves and within the Lord so that we're the adult in the room, which allows us to pick the right time and place to have hard conversations. When possible, I try to praise in public and correct in private. Okay, there are exceptions to that, but I find more times than not, if I'm able to give somebody their dignity when I have to confront them, I find the conversation has a chance of going a whole lot better than if I choose to make it a spectacle in front of others. And finally, beware of mixing apologies with correction. It's like me saying, hey, I'm sorry we had this misunderstanding and how I came across, but here's an area you can work on. Many people will see that conversation as a bait and switch, right? Oh, you just apologize in order to make a point. For many people, you'll have to separate the reconciliation conversation from the constructive criticism conversation. Blending those two together sometimes causes more problems than help. So beware and be careful of knowing who you can blend those conversations with and who you can't. And what does it do? It helps us not have an enemy-ally mindset when we don't need to. The very person who may be challenging you on one initiative may be your greatest supporter in another. And the more we keep our heads and our hearts about us with the Lord's help, we avoid an enemy-ally perspective. Rather, we're a shepherd guiding the people toward the directions the Lord is leading. So if this has you thinking, I'd love to talk to you more about it. Don't hesitate to reach out. I pray and hope you have a great day.